Sophie Grégoire Trudeau is finally breaking her silence on the headline-dominating romance between her ex-husband Justin Trudeau and global pop superstar Katy Perry, and her reaction is turning into one of the most talked-about celebrity moments of the week. In a rare, emotionally revealing podcast appearance recorded in mid-November 2025, Sophie opened up about how she's truly feeling as the world continues to obsess over Justin's new relationship. For months, she stayed quiet, choosing not to comment as paparazzi photos, relationship rumors, and media commentary turned Justin and Katy into an unexpected celebrity power couple. But this time, Sophie gave the world something deeper: real emotion, real vulnerability, and real insight into how she is navigating life after an 18-year marriage that was lived entirely in the public eye. Without ever mentioning Katy by name, she addressed the weight of the publicness surrounding Justin's new romance, hinting at how overwhelming it can be to have personal heartbreak dissected online. She delivered the now-viral line that she chooses to listen to the music instead of the noise, suggesting that she's choosing calm, clarity, and her own inner voice over gossip and speculation. The phrase has since been repeated across social media as fans praise her for her grace in a moment filled with emotional complexity. Sophie and Justin were married for nearly 2 decades, having tied the knot back in 2005 before announcing their separation in August 2023. Together they raised 3 children: Xavier, now 18, Ella Grace, 16, and Hadrian, 11, who have all grown up with an unusual level of public attention. Throughout the separation and the months that followed, Sophie remained composed and protective of her family's privacy, rarely giving the media any glimpse into how she was adjusting. But in this newest interview, she peeled back that curtain. She admitted she feels everything deeply and doesn't try to hide her emotions. She said she cries when she needs to, she screams when she's overwhelmed, she laughs when joy finds her, because she considers herself a super tender heart. Hearing her say these things offered a rare reminder that behind the headlines is a woman who is still healing, still evolving, and still figuring out what her life looks like after the end of a long-term partnership. Fans applauded her openness, calling her strength quiet but powerful, especially in an era where public figures are often pressured to appear unbothered. Her comments also arrived at a moment when Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry's romance has been unfolding rapidly and very visibly. The two were first seen together in early summer 2025 during a private dinner in Montreal that immediately sparked curiosity. What began as whispers quickly escalated when paparazzi captured the pair kissing on a yacht in Santa Barbara later that September. Suddenly, what might have been a subtle new relationship exploded into a global media frenzy. By October, Justin and Katy appeared together in Paris during celebrations for Katy's 41st birthday, a move many interpreted as their unofficial announcement to the world. Photos of them holding hands and laughing on the red carpet circulated across social platforms, dominating entertainment coverage. Their surprising connection, a former prime minister and an international pop star, became one of the year's most unexpected celebrity storylines. Through it all, Sophie never made a public statement, but the world continued to watch, wondering how she felt behind the scenes. In her interview, Sophie emphasized one crucial thing: she does not consider herself a single mother, even though she and Justin are no longer together. Instead, she described their relationship as a strong co-parenting partnership, built on mutual respect and love for their children. She spoke warmly about Justin's involvement in their kids' lives, and acknowledged that, despite their romantic separation, they still function as one united family when it comes to raising Xavier, Ella Grace, and Hadrian. She noted that maintaining stability for their children is her highest priority, even as the public fixation on Justin's new romance adds pressure. Her choice to highlight Justin's presence as a father, even while he's making headlines for a new romance, was seen by many as a testament to her emotional maturity. Commentators praised her for refusing to feed into bitterness or jealousy, instead grounding her response in compassion and commitment to their family's well-being. But Sophie didn't sugarcoat the reality of life in the spotlight. She admitted that having every aspect of her private life discussed publicly can be extremely triggering, especially when rumors, assumptions, and comments start to affect the children or those closest to her. She spoke about the importance of allowing herself to experience disappointment, sadness, or anger instead of suppressing those feelings. She emphasized that feeling emotions doesn't make someone weak, it makes them human. And for someone who has long been an advocate for mental health, her message resonated deeply. She reminded listeners that emotional honesty is essential for healing, especially after major life changes. Her willingness to acknowledge her own struggles made the interview one of her most relatable and heartfelt moments ever shared with the public. What makes the story so captivating is how many layers it has. There's the end of a long and influential marriage, the transition into co-parenting while living separate lives, the somewhat of a long and influential marriage, the transition into co-parenting while living separate lives, the surprising emergence of Justin and Katy as a couple, and the intense global attention surrounding all of it. Add to that Sophie's decision to speak now, months into the speculation, and suddenly the narrative feels fuller, rounder, and more human. Her voice completes the picture, offering the perspective that was missing all along. She isn't denying that the situation is painful, she isn't pretending to be above it, but she is choosing self-growth, emotional resilience, and dignity over drama, and that choice is exactly why so many people are praising her honesty and strength. Meanwhile, the public continues to watch closely, eager to see how Justin and Katy's relationship evolves, what new chapter Sophie steps into next, and how the family navigates this next phase under the world's spotlight. For now, Sophie's message stands strong. She will define her own journey, she will protect her children, and she will rise above the noise by listening to her own music. In a world hungry for drama, her grace has become the real headline. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.